legalize it. What's the best way to stop a drug war? Legalize it, of course. And random strip searches. Are schools invading students' privacy? Strip searches? Sounds good to me. It's all right here on Speechless. Hello and welcome to Speechless, the show that brings one fly host and four fired-up guests together for a discussion on today's most recent issues. I'm your host, Eric Goldrich. Today on Speechless, we will personally fix Mexico's drug war problem. But no, seriously, we will. And as fun as a random strip search sounds good to me, but is it an invasion of student privacy? Plus, you won't want to miss when we put one of our panelists on the spot. And speaking of our panelists, let me introduce you to them. Johnny Russo is from New York, New York. Is that correct, Johnny?
Wrong.
Wrong. Always wrong indeed.
False.
False and false indeed. Eric Sagatsky is a WLP major and has written 3 short stories. Eric, what is the third one about?
That is not true at all.
Okay. And we have, of course, Violet Ikonomova, and is literally on the brink of finding a search and a cure for AIDS. Violet, is that going well? Fantastic. And McKaylee Rourke, the one and only beautiful sunshine of my sweet rain, is here to grace us with her gift. McKaylee, you feeling good?
I'm happy to be here. It's
That's
good to be here.
unbelievably fantastic. Now that you've met them, it is time to put one of them to the test. Violet, this question is for you. Can there be volume on this TV?
What's up, Violet? It's Scott.
And
But we can't hear. She can't hear the question.
She can't hear the question.
I had
Tell
some
them-
money stolen from me. My roommate got his laptop stolen. Just last week at work, we saw that a guy had his car jacked up and all 4 brand new tires were stolen off of it. 2 days ago, my girlfriend's bike got stolen, and I read in the Metro today that the 7th duck in the garden got jacked. So I guess I'm wondering if you think that all this crime, all this stealing is a sign of the times. And I guess I'm really wondering if there's anything we as a society or maybe the police or the media can do about it.
So Violet, aside from you stealing things, think about others stealing. What's your take on this?
That's the thing. Because I steal, I think stealing is okay. It's just you win some, you lose some. Have you guys ever seen that Curb Your Enthusiasm episode with the dry cleaner?
Every single one.
Yeah, the dry cleaner, like he loses his jacket, he sees someone else wearing it, and then he steals it from him. It turns out it wasn't the guy that had stolen it, and then he sees the real guy who had stolen it, and he had just stolen from a random person. So it's just like a cycle. As long as people steal, other people will just steal to get their revenge on society. I don't steal things that are important to people.
So basically, Violet's view on life is eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, sock for a sock. I guess that's her view on life. But we are just getting started. We will be right back. Stick around. Isn't that what they've been telling us all along? The war on drugs in America is quickly escalating. Federal, state, and local governments spend 40 Hi there. Take a look at this package. It's about something very important to you and your family. Check it out.
Don't do drugs, kids. Isn't that what they've been telling us all along? The war on drugs in America is quickly escalating. Federal, state, and local governments spend $44 billion a year enforcing drug prohibition. Economist Jeffrey Myron recently wrote an acclaimed op-ed advocating the legalization of all drugs and not just marijuana. Myron says with regulation and taxation, legalizing drugs will have a positive effect on the country. If drugs were taxed similarly to alcohol and tobacco, the government could make approximately $33 billion a year. Legalization could decrease violence and drug-related crimes and also promote labeled concentrations of the drugs that would prevent overdoses. But what impact will legalization have on drug users? Is legalization the green light to use and potentially abuse? Or will drugs become less desirable when they are readily available? Could drug legalization be the real stimulus the United States needs? Or is it just welcoming chaos?
Drug legalization. Giant question mark. Violet, one sentence. Hit me.
Do it.
Johnny? No.
It's all for taxes, more money for the government.
More money, more problems. Kaylee?
Well, we'll talk about the black market and see what we think about that, too.
Okay. Well, let's not start at the black market. Let's start at the fact that this is talking about not only marijuana, and it's talking about everything else. Heroin, angel dust, methamphetamines, whatever it may be. This is some serious stuff. Violet, I see the twinkle in your eyes, and you're telling me something telepathically. What you got?
I feel like if people are going to do drugs, they're going to find a way to get them. So why put the money in the hands of terrorists when it could be going to our government and solving our economic crisis?
So you think heroin should be legal?
I think it should.
Exactly. I mean, you look at prohibition in the 1930s, where they made alcohol illegal. That cuts a huge portion of tax revenue that the government can get out of the government's budget. If you legalize marijuana, you legalize heroin, you legalize all those drugs, then you end up with this huge. They tax cigarettes like
you can't let the inmates
100%.
run the asylum, though, Eric. Just because you're struggling with this war, you can't just say, oh, let it have free will. Let's legalize all drugs. You can't do that. Drugs not be legal. No way.
Do you really want to use prohibition as an example for how things worked well? Like, clearly there was something wrong with that, too. So I really don't see why going ahead and allowing something that's going to cause many more problems is going to help us at all. It's just going to allow behavior that's illegal.
Prohibition didn't work. That's what I'm saying, and that's what we have right now. We have prohibition.